Nice.
There we go. Yep, it's all working. It's, okay. Everyone, my name is Xanmoas, and we're back with Honkai Star Rail. Today we're going to be doing the, I assume, these two events? Assuming they are events. Well, yeah, this one is, because it gives you a free character. Not sure about this one. Oh, this is just like, what happened in Fontaine, where you could do the, essentially hunt down monsters or gather materials, get rewards. I should probably do these. Wish I knew this beforehand. Now, I tried rolling for Black Swan off screen, and I basically failed. I got, I can't remember, was it Japod again? That's okay, so these three I haven't done yet. Let me just double check my, thing here. Himiko. Even though I already had her at E6.
Nice.
So yeah, that was basically a fail. No. Oh, sorry, I thought the wrong character. Yeah, basically I got Himiko. My bad. I was thinking of, you know, the buffer, Tengyun or something like that. I can't remember her name. Yeah, her. Tingyun, yeah, that was it. And enough embarrassing on myself, let's get started, and I guess we'll start by getting the last of these. Clear Sergeant Shadow, Shape of Roast. Bud of Harmony, and Path of Dream Dive. Okay. Do I have to unlock them, or do I have to do them? No, it said clear, so yeah. Electro, fire, and wind. Let's get my old electrical team out then.
Formalities, Silver Wolf. I'm always game for putting on a show.
Okay. Start the challenge.
Will of preservation.
Does that hurt? Just in time.
Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it or rock with it. Keep up.
Let me tend your wounds.
Relax.
Lance ablaze.
This should be
Forward.
quick damage with the dinosaur. Jeffersaur.
Time for the main event.
Or not.
Turn it up.
Good
Yeah,
time.
that did too much.
Time to
Too
say
good of a job.
bye. Boom.
Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it or rock with it.
Stand still. May as well kill them all.
Pretty good crowd today.
Funny, Kafka seems to be the only character I know that it does like from 1 to 4. To 5. Right?
Keep up.
Relax.
Lance at the ready.
Yeah, my thing is not that good today. There we go. Insta-kill. Well, kind of. 1 down, 2 to go.
The human body is beautiful in its fragility.
Flame, Out of Harmony, and Path of Dream Dive. No, we got this one. Guess we're gonna march out. Maybe. No, this should be fine.
Turn it up. You can't run. Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it or rock with it. You don't look so good.
Stand still.
That's it. Try that again.
Say bye to breathing. Good times. Time to say bye. Boom.
Okay, that's done. Now Path of Dream Dive. I think I saw that. No, that's Shape of Nectar. No, I got that one too. Just have to do it once. Nitro. Alright, bring out the Trailblazer again.
This song's for you. Keep up. Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it or rock with it. You don't look so good.
Relax.
Lance at the ready.
Good times. Time to say bye. Boom.
And this is nearly done. There we go. Oh, no. Second round. And it's Chef's again.
Turn it up.
Gotta be careful.
Lance ablaze. Lance forward. You bully.
Stand still.
That's it. Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it or rock with it.
Let's heal some all.
What's in your prescription?
Thanks. You're too good to me. Good times. Time to say bye.
Ah, no damage for the Chef's yet.
Relax.
I think this team might be a bit too good for him.
May as well kill them all.
Keep up. Let me tend your wounds. Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it or rock with it.
Stand still.
There we go. Alright, and that's all of it done. Now let's get on with the prison break. Talk to Dr. Edward for details. It is said that Dr. Edward has released a quite topical dream bubble, just how Power rate is it? Speak to him, find out. Alright, the giant eyeball.
Oh, is that a stain? I like this coat.
Trailblazers from the Astral Express. Welcome to the Dreamscape Sales Store.
Is that usually how you welcome customers? Long time no see, old big eye.
A long time no see, Diamond.
Ouch.
I've already made the necessary preparations. Be careful. We did pass the safety inspection stipulated by Article 027, damaged ferrets, and Article 076, However, this dreamscape will feature unfiltered and unpolished fresh metal. It will make for a very vivid experience. Veteran gamer, call this type of dream a thrill dream. I don't know if you're into that kind of thing. If you feel any discomfort, please leave the dreamscape immediately and seek professional medical help.
I like the sound of thrill dream, but what do you mean professional medical help?
Luckily, I just so happen to be an excellent doctor. I'm the psychiatric. Let us begin. Please, close your eyes and rest your forehead on the dream.
Okay, just 1 second. I have to increase the volume because I couldn't hear it.
Oh yes, I nearly forgot. That elegant girl mentioned something before she left.
I can think of a few elegant girls, but I imagine you're talking about Sparkle.
The nature of this memory is
Nope.
special. Don't ruin the dreamscape experience for anyone else by spoiling the ending.
Okay. Is that supposed to be... Oh, that was Black Swan. Black Swan offered a special warning regarding this dreamscape. The nature of this memory is special. Don't ruin the dreamscape experience for anyone else by spoiling the ending. Spoken like a true remembrance. Alright, that should... No, wait. No, Kafka's supposed to be good with Black Swan as far as I know. Maybe I should have got Shushang.
In my estimation, there is no question about it. This is murder.
Yeah, so now you're playing detective.
Murder. Such a foreign word to us. The people of Penacony could never come to any harm while under the watchful protection of the family.
Murder is a foreign word for you. In a dreamscape, I can imagine, but you literally name yourself Bloodhounds.
In a dream, even if you're bashed 1,000 times with a hammer, at worst, you'll still wake up in reality in a hotel.
Not necessarily. Even if the result does not constitute harm, the criminal intent is clear enough. You specifically came here to cordon off the scene because of the unsavory nature of this case, right?
Okay, are you Sampo or Sparkle?
You're not wrong. Even if there are no casualties, being smashed over the head with a hammer in the middle of the street for no reason at all? This is not the kind of thing that happens on Penacony. You are guests of the Oak family, so you may investigate the crime scene. I'll be on standby over here.
Toy hammer, papers.
Are you a witch? Just how did you manage to convince them in the blink of an eye that we're some kind of detectives?
Tell the truth, offer no explanation.
Just some suggestions at the memory level. If something happens in everybody's memory, then that something becomes a fact. If we had a little more time, I could have even convinced her I was Shipe the Harmony.
Okay.
Then on to the next order of business. Let's discuss your companion, shall we?
Memo Keeper of the Garden of Recollection. I've been watching you for quite some time.
Who is Sparkle?
You stole a glance at me when you first entered the hotel. You followed me wherever I went inside the dreamscape. In the windows along the commercial street. In the pond water reflections of the Iden Park. Even in the reflections of the wine glass. Everywhere.
Oh, note to self. Destroy every mirror in the hotel.
My dear, do you have a crush on me? Well then, seeing as you're so interested in me, let's play a little game. I left a puzzle for you, Nero Timol. Solve it and prove that you're capable of pleasing me. If you can solve it, then we can talk. Don't leave me waiting, my dear. Before Penacony gets flipped upside down, try to find me, catch me, and stop me.
There's actually more than one memo keeper who's come to Penacony. She's mixed me up with someone else. But no harm, no foul. The address that the mask gave you is right here. But you never would have thought that when Miss Sparkle mentioned a game, she was talking about wanton slaughter on the streets of Penacony. Such a direct act of provocation is enough to get my competitive side worked up too.
Madam, forgive me. I had no idea about anything she said. As you saw, I went through a brain scan and everything. I'm just a friend, helping her deliver a letter, that's all. I never knew this was actually a declaration of warfare. They say you shouldn't kill the messenger. So, maybe you can just, let me go. You all are the big shots here. I'm really not on your level.
Okay, so this is either actually Sampo or Sparkle now. But chances are this is Sparkle.
What a frightened look you have. Don't worry. Since this has nothing to do with you, I won't be suspecting you of anything. Why don't you come take a stroll with me?
Oh, seems like I can't escape being an assistant detective. Oh, fine. It's all fine. No big deal.
This is clearly Sparkle now. In fact, I'm leaning on it now. So, talk to the family.
If there's anything you'd like to know, please ask away.
Regarding the
Who
victim.
was the victim?
An IPC employee named Shamari. Eyewitnesses reported that a tall, strong man wearing a large robe with long sleeves walked right past Shamari and suddenly assaulted him with a hammer.
So that's supposed to be Sam then?
Shamari collapsed on the spot and woke up from the dream. The murderer vanished in a flash.
So, not really a murderer then.
Ooh, that sounds just like Sparkle. Her best asset is transforming her appearance to look like someone else.
Regarding the Sweet Dreams troop present at the scene of the
Who are
crime.
those two little guys?
Seems like the assailants stole the troop from elsewhere and deliberately placed them here. What nerve. They don't even have the slightest consideration for public order. Those two have clammed up. I wonder if you two could help pry open their mouths.
Looks like a puzzle that Sparkle has left behind for you.
Sampo, can you stop talking like a suspicious person? Regarding your evidence at the scene of the
Any
crime.
leads yet?
This is a developing case, so there aren't many clues yet. All we have to go by are the weapon used by the assailant and the victim's ID. They didn't even take the weapon with them. Sounds like they're trying to provoke us. Despicable.
Can we summon the victim?
Where's Mr. Shamari right now? I'd like to meet him.
I'm afraid you can't. The Oaks came forward and calmed him down. Mr. Shamari expressed that he understands the unpredictable nature of dreams, and went on to vacation in another dreamscape. Best not to bother him. Guest experiences always have to come first.
That's just a whole lot of poppycock. You can't just not interview the victim.
Oh, I'm afraid by the time we find him, half of Penacony will have been sent back to reality by Sparkle.
Looks like we'll have to play this little game of sparkles then.
Alright. Can't look at the evidence yet.
Lady Black Swan, you're here! I'm the constable, and this here assisting me is the bailiff for this case. Mr. Coldfeet, why'd you do it?
So they can talk after all. Miss Black Swan, they're heading straight for you.
Don't interrupt, I wasn't talking to you. Ahem. I understand Lady Black Swan has quite the intellect. I'm sure you'll be able to get to the bottom of this Sparkle murder case.
Why are we all assuming it's Sparkle right now? And calling it a Sparkle murder case is kind of presumptuous, isn't it?
The Sparkle murder case? Wasn't the victim Shamari from the IPC?
Exactly.
You're wrong, Lady Black Swan. The victim is evidently none other than the matriarch of the Goldhammer family, Miss Sparkle Goldhammer.
Okay.
Oh, I guess Miss Sparkle has written herself into the skit here, and this has nothing to do with the actual case. Goldhammer? Is that her real surname?
Never heard of it. Sounds made up. Sparkle doesn't sound like a real name either.
Miss Sparkle was supposed to receive 3 valiant warriors at the Goldhammer residence today, but upon their arrival, all they found was her body. Miss Sparkle had been smashed over the head by a hammer and died on the spot. Such a brutal act of violence.
Okay, but did she turn into bubbles or water? Like Firefly?
My investigations discovered that the 3 warriors were supposed to escort supplies back to their territory the day before, but they were unexpectedly ambushed by the Annihilation Gang.
Okay, that one might be bullshit. Well, not exactly, but as Black Swan and Aventurine just admitted, E3 is dead. And the others went their separate ways.
They narrowly escaped and barely got away with their lives, finding their supplies almost completely raided. So they all shared a motive for killing Miss Sparkle, to escape punishment.
So the 3 of them teamed up to kill her.
Is the case closed?
No.
There can only be one murderer. It's not an unsolved mystery if there are 3 murderers. Hang on. Wait.
Maybe there is 3 murderers.
If you can't justify it, don't bother.
Got it! Those 3 were all vying against each other to be number 2. They couldn't have cooperated on anything. So it must have been one of them acting alone.
Yeah, but becoming number 2 by killing Sparkle doesn't sound right.
That actually doesn't make much sense. Even if they were on bad terms, those 3...
Please begin your investigation, Lady Black Swan. There are lots of clues at the crime scene that are sure to help you apprehend the real culprit. I've got the case file right here. If you want to learn more about the suspects, talk to me.
Okay.
Lady Black Swan, allow me to introduce the 3 suspects to you. Lefton, Zhongshan, and Wright.
Left on, Zhongshan, and right. Okay. Is it Phoenix Wright?
Lefton is one of Miss Sparkle's chief lieutenants, whose right hand was unfortunately severed while he was valiantly fighting off the Annihilation Gang. He's now learning how to write and hold a fork with his left hand. How tough that must be. Then there's Zhongshan. This guy's a coward who ran away as soon as a group spotted some bandits along the road. He ended up smashing into the side of a cliff and getting his face disfigured. It's a real shame, as he used to be one of the rare handsome men left around town.
Okay. So we got a missing hand, a disfigured face.
Last of all comes Wright.
This guy was so insatiably greedy that he still came back to try and embezzle the rest of the supplies after they narrowly escaped with their lives, lying about how the gang had taken off with everything. Lefton and Zhongshan were so incensed that they broke his legs.
Okay, that just sounds extreme.
Hang on, I'm confused here. Left on? Right? Is this some kind of joke?
It's a Phoenix Wright pun.
What? Where did you get that idea from? Do you need me to go over it all again?
That won't be necessary.
That won't be necessary. I've memorized every detail.
No wonder you're a memo keeper.
Okay. I got papers here.
An ID card. Talent Motivation Department, Shamari. Is this the victims?
Mr. Shamari's belongings should have disappeared alongside him as he woke from the dreamscape. The fact that this ID is here means Miss Sparkle placed it here on purpose to prove that she definitely attacked someone.
ID belonging to Shamari, worker for the Talent Motivation Department in the Interterrestrial Peace Corporation. Most IPC staff value the ID greatly. Apparently, some have even installed it onto their forehead and showed that they can show it off to people wherever they go. Sparkle probably left at the crime scene to prove that she really did assault someone. Sounds disturbing.
Holy moly! This hammer is super heavy! This must be the murder weapon for the Sparkle murder case.
Question is, who could wield it?
Miss Sparkle also used it to attack Mr. Shamari.
I'm barely able to lift this using both hands. I have no idea how Sparkle could ever use this to hit a target.
Well, it's a dreamscape. You could easily dream it to be lighter. The giant wooden hammer Sparkle used to attack Shamari. It seems to be a custom-made model specifically for her. It is extremely heavy, and even Sampo can't lift it in one hand. What a Herculean woman.
Is that all the evidence? How are we meant to solve this with so little to go on? Oh, you scared me! When did you pop out?
The two pieces of evidence that you found are related to the attack on Shamari. Miss Sparkle didn't leave them lying around for no reason. They're clues to the puzzle, but there are still some other clues that were placed in other areas, so they won't spoil the crime scene.
Isn't that a bit unnecessary?
No. It's disruptive to have a stack of irrelevant things crowding a crime scene. Miss Sparkle is a law-abiding citizen who'd never bring extra trouble to the family.
Seems quite nice of her, if you ask me.
Looks like Miss Sparkle is adding a little spice to the investigation. Let's take her up on her offer then. Mr. Assistant Detective, this way.
Guess we're playing Hanu now. Back in here, huh?
What's this little device here for? Could you please let me know? It looks like a little button.
Don't push it, Lady Black Swan. Whatever you do, don't push it! That's the mutually assured destruction button that Miss Sparkle installed. Once pushed, Miss Sparkle and the entirety of Penacony will instantaneously go up in smoke. Miss Sparkle also has her own button. The second she pushes it, you and the entirety of Penacony will instantaneously go up in smoke.
That sounds like both buttons can do the exact same thing.
Correct. Exactly the same.
It's stupid.
Oh,
Aren't you going to ask me why?
okay. Why?
Because she is fair.
This is nuts!
Thank you, Sampo. Apparently one little press on this button will level all Penacony. Who wouldn't want to try pressing it? Yeah, it should give us the option to press it and then get game over or something. Puzzle. Some type of pom-pom plushie.
What's this? A plush toy?
Regardless of why it's designed to look like the conductor aboard the Astral Express, this doll, is it connected to the case?
Have you ever heard of something called a red herring in detective stories? It's a fake clue that leads you down the wrong path.
Okay, so it's worthless then.
I see. But when it's so obvious, doesn't that defeat the purpose?
That's just in case you didn't realize the ingenuity of Miss Sparkle and were worried about her throwing out a random, useless clue.
I see. Thank you for your keen insight. Then, let's pretend we were misled by a red herring. This doll, could it be connected to the case?
You don't have to play along that hard, you know.
Exquisite pom-pom toy. Who knows why Sparkle could have something like this? Maybe it's true because the conductor's beauty is famous throughout Cosmos. Beauty? Maybe cuteness, but not beauty. A malfunctioning robot here. Well, I was curious why it was like that. It looked off, so I thought I'd check it. Didn't realize it was still on. How do I get over there? Oh, right.
This notice seems like a hint for us from Miss Sparkle.
To prevent criminals from hunting our great and lovely Miss Sparkle, the Goldhammer residents shall abide by the following regulations from today onwards. All retainers and visitors must enter and exit the Golden Hammer residence using the facial recognition system. Those who cannot pass through the facial recognition system will be killed on the spot. These regulations are in effect indefinitely. Okay, so facial recognition. One guy has a disfigured face.
That sounded like a story from ancient times. And why did the facial recognition system suddenly go out?
This is so her style, isn't it? Doesn't look like there are any more clues. Let's head back to the crime scene.
Next, should we pin down the identity of the perpetrator? This evidence, I've been staring at it all day, but there's nothing that can identify the perp. Lefton, that guy lost his hand. Remember Zhongshan's face was disfigured after the incident at the cliff? Right? I remember this one best. Right has a broken leg.
Why don't we flip the question and start by asking who couldn't be the murderer? After all, there are only 3 suspects, so elimination could be a valid method.
If you put it like that, then do you already have someone in mind? Tell me, come on.
Well, Zhongshan seems like the obvious one, because maybe the facial recognition couldn't recognize him? In that case, was the victim Zhongshan? Or just someone else?
So, who exactly is the murderer? Remember Zhongshan's face was disfigured after the incident at the cliff? Right?
Actually, I just noticed. Are they low poly? Yeah, they're low poly as hell. Guess we'll start with this.
Poor guy. He was seriously injured and was all wrapped up in bandages to keep his good looks safe. If that's the case, then he couldn't have made it through the Goldhammer Residence's facial recognition system. That would suggest that Zhongshan is not the murderer.
Alright, whatever.
So, who exactly is the murderer? I remember this one best. Wright has a broken leg.
Well, you wouldn't be able to lift a hammer with a broken leg.
Oh, is that so? I feel like the evidence does...
Oh, shut up, Sampo. That was actually right, and you know it.
Oh, is that so? Oh, is that so?
Oh, shut up, Sampo.
Oh, is that so? Oh, is that so?
Okay, so you're saying none of it's right. Got it.
So, who exactly is the murderer?
Lefton, that guy lost his hand.
Based on the bailiff's statement, Lefton's dominant hand was seriously injured to the point where he had to learn how to live using only his left hand. Swinging that giant sledgehammer to murder someone, that must be hard for him. Probably impossible. Lefton's suspicion level can be downgraded.
By process of elimination, it seems that only Wright could be the murderer. That was easy. Let's tell the constable our answer and see what he thinks.
Alright.
Please begin your investigation, Lady Black Swan. There are lots of clues at the crime scene that are sure to help you apprehend the real culprit.
The murderer is Wright.
Babe! You have answered correctly! As expected, you didn't disappoint, Lady Black Swan. Game rules stipulate I must tell you where the next puzzle is.
Huh? The next puzzle? I didn't sign up for this.
Neither did I. Yet here we are.
Looks like the key to winning lies not in the puzzle itself, but in the motives behind Miss Sparkle's strange behavior. I'm afraid this chase may just go on forever.
I have to remind you that Sparkle is a masked fool? Do you plan on finding logic in the mind of a masked fool?
That's exactly what I plan on doing. Even if it's just subjective, there must be an overall principle behind the behavior. Memories cannot lie, and hers may just understand more about her than she does herself. Right now, let's follow her train of thought and head to the next puzzle. I hope this time we can get ahead of the Bloodhound family. I want to try and avoid using my Memo Keeper powers.
Upcoming crime, huh?
So why are you so focused on Sparkle's challenge? Or should I ask, are you more focused on Sparkle herself?
I told you, it's purely out of a spirit of competitiveness. And as a Memo Keeper, I also have to fulfill my responsibilities and harvest some interesting memories.
Two new robots have shown up.
Whoa, this place is a complete mess. And those two weirdos are probably here too.
You know, you
There's
see,
nobody else at the scene. Seems like Miss Sparkle used the same method to send dreamers back to reality. Let's talk to those two there, then.
You know, you say, complete mess, but all I see is boxes and papers. And that one bubble.
Oh, Detective Black Swan and Detective Sampo! You finally made it! We don't know what we'd do without your help.
Why are you talking like that? Is this some sort of artistic performance that young people are into these days?
Is there something wrong with the way we are talking? Deputy Sheriff, am I talking in a strange way?
Kind of.
Oh, of course not, Sheriff. The way you talk is no stranger than the cat that climbs the apple tree in my grandma's backyard.
Okay, so you both sound the same. You must be Sparkle.
Huh. The skit this time is a modernist one.
Let's discuss this difficult case then. The victim is a galactic business magnate named Sparkle.
Her again? Sparkle really is obsessed with scripting her own death.
Oh, for the laughter. If you undercut me one more time, I swear I'm gonna kick you in the butt. Miss Sparkle came to the fashion store to buy herself a brand new tie. She didn't come back out. After a long time, the shopkeeper went in to see what was going on, but instead discovered Miss Sparkle's body. She had been strangled to death. There were 3 suspects on the scene, namely a Pepeshi shopkeeper named Wright, a Foxian gambler named Zhongshan, and a wealthy Intellitron trader called Lefton.
Of course, those 3 again.
Our old friends.
It's not just to aid your memory. We've added more descriptions to help tell them apart. Miss Sparkle is so gracious. Based on surveillance footage, witness testimony, and various pieces of evidence, the killer is ultimately among these 3, and they were not working in cahoots.
You're too lazy to be a suspect, right?
Oh, for the laughter! If I talk any more with you, it'll make my pure soul filthy! Detective Black Swan, the dossiers are over here. You can learn more about the suspects from me. I trust you'll be able to cut through the hogwash and find out who Miss Sparkle's killer is.
The only thing that she's killing is time.
Let me introduce the identities of these suspects to you. It's very straightforward. First of all is the shopkeeper, Wright. He's one of the Pepeshi people and only stands as tall as Sparkle's waist, which is often a source of teasing for him. He can get pretty salty about it.
Okay, so he's salty about his height.
Next up, you have the merchant Lefton. He wants to join up with the Penacony Trading Guild and is in direct competition with Miss Sparkle. That could be a motive for killing her.
Competitive, okay.
Finally, there is the gambler Zhongshan. He lost a bet to Miss Sparkle, and he had to hand over his family heirloom. It's possible he harbored a grudge against her.
Okay. This one's gambling.
That's all the information we have. Do you need me to repeat it?
That will be necessary.
That won't be necessary. I remember it all. There's an accounting book lying on the ground. It must have been specially placed there by Sparkle.
On the title page is written Chen Katong. Is that someone's name? A code name. Oh, I think it's the name of the owner of this book.
This Jian Katong person should be Sparkle's targeted victim this time around.
Now Sample's getting into it. Account book of the rich merchant Wang Chong. For a merchant, it is probably something second only in importance to money. Sparkle probably left at the crime scene to prove that she really did insult someone.
And there's the tie.
That skit before said that the deceased was strangled. Is this tie some kind of joke murder weapon?
Yeah, it's starting to sound like Sparkle may have choked herself.
The tag on the tie reads, "Only for Imperial Master Lefton." Seems like it's one of Miss Sparkle's personal belongings.
That's not how you use the word imperial.
A contra tie. The label says, for Master Lefton's use only. So, if Letton is missing a hand, how could he tie?
So, it's just like the first case then. Only 2 pieces of evidence. The rest hidden inside her memories again, right?
Miss Sparkle doesn't want to distract your investigation.
She doesn't want to distract our investigation? What a law-abiding citizen this Sparkle is. Why doesn't she surrender then?
Yo, Sampo, you really do sound like you need a kick in the butt. Alright, back to playing this again. So, this one will be actually be foreign to me. Drat. Too short to climb stairs. And again, too short to climb stairs. Must be a teleport around here. No, no. Go through here though.
A little stool that seems quite normal. There are 2 small footprints drawn on it in crayon.
The footprints, which are half as big as standard, must belong to a Pepeshi person.
Perhaps it's just that this person's drawing skills are extraordinary.
Probably. A small stool with 2 small footprints drawn on it using a crayon, indicating it once belonged to a papier-mâché worker. This is perhaps the most crude out of all the evidence Miss Sparkle has fallen from a pedestal. Okay. Another one up there. Wait. Ah, crap. A box of bubbles.
What's that smell? Why is there a smoked red herring there?
Mr. Sampo, take a look. This is a wonderful smoked red herring.
Somebody save me from this cringe joke.
Even among the fools I know, Miss Sparkle's sense of humor stands out from the rest.
Have you dealt with many masked fools before?
No, only a handful. After all, I prefer warm memories baked in sunshine. They're the ones that usually belong to kind people.
I wonder if one of the masked fools is going to be an actual clown or jester.
This clock is...
Open it up and take a look.
Hooray, puzzle time. That wasn't much of a puzzle.
So there's a ring inside. This is evidence too. Why was it planted inside another device?
Because this ring was found inside the victim's mouth. We want to reconstruct the scene of the crime.
In the victim's mouth.
Hey, there's something engraved inside the ring. Zhongshan family heirloom. That should be it. Let's head out.
Well, none of it really
I have
points
to thank you, Mr. Assistant Detective, but the puzzle this time is Pretty strange.
And none of it really points to an actual murderer.
Have you found out who the killer is?
Just some shallow intuition. Anyway, let's report back to the sheriff for now.
Oh, for the laughter! Didn't think I'd be seeing Detective Black Swan so soon. Was that? You found out who the killer is?
Pretty much.
You live up to your reputation, Detective Black Swan. As smart as the nest of magpies roosting in the roof of my Uncle Frank's garage.
This guy is mixing up his birds here.
Then go ahead. Who is the killer, and what evidence do you have to prove the case?
Identify the murderer. Do not identify the murderer. Think again.
In my opinion, there is no murderer for this case.
What do you mean by that?
This evidence is always something comical Sparkle made. To avoid you thinking that it was wasted time investigating this useless evidence, here's a recipe. Smoke the red herring or any other type of preserved fish until it turns golden on both sides. Place it into a dish, remove all bones, then crush the meat. Add raw eggs to the frying pan and fry it until it is well done. Then add vegetables if you like and fry that too. Then add in a crushed smoked red herring and day-old rice. Add some salt, be very careful with how much you put in. There's already preserved fish in it. Stir fry evenly, then plate, and voila! Here's a smoked red herring fried rice. You're welcome. Okay. I want to say it's this.
This tie is a piece of evidence, right?
That's right. That's the one. Miss Sparkle stole Lefton's tie to see if it would fit her. But who knew that Lefton had an anti-theft device installed on it?
Oh, come on.
After Miss Sparkle affixed the tie to her neck, it rapidly contracted, thereby strangling the poor lady. She tried swallowing her ring to preserve her breathing passage, but unfortunately, she was beyond saving.
Is that... No, that can't be right.
What a tragedy! If it weren't for your incisive detective work, the three suspects would all be facing grave injustice.
Is that actually a thing? If you're being choked, you swallow something to keep your breathing passage open? That doesn't sound right. It sounds worse.
Is something wrong here? This is too easy. The first case wasn't hard, but this one...
As you can imagine, the conclusions that the evidence points to are not mutually exclusive. Which means, this is probably another prank from Miss Sparkle. Mr. Assistant Detective, please feel free to point out a suspect as the murderer.
Ah, I see. Sheriff, the murderer is Lefton. The evidence is the tie, right?
Not exactly.
Correct, Detective Sampo. I never thought you'd be able to deduce the truth.
Sheriff, the murderer is right. The evidence is the stool, right?
Yes! For the laughter, how did I fail to realize this formidable intellect of yours?
Then, right from the start, there was no murderer. The evidence is the ring. Whatever, I'm just spitballing here.
Goodness me! Deputy Sheriff, is he really a genius? How could such an unfathomable mystery be solved so easily by him?
Haha.
Look, Miss Sparkle has given us a puzzle where every single answer is correct.
Why take it so seriously? Miss Sparkle is a masked fool, not a masked genius. If it's a challenging puzzle you want, please go out there and turn right until you get to the Intelligentsia Guild. We're only responsible for providing an entertaining detective experience.
Then maybe sell this product to... Sell this dream to children.
Anyway, since our genius detective Black Swan has cracked the case, I will now share Miss Sparkle's next puzzle with you.
So that's it?
This is just going to go on and on forever? We can't do that.
Then I wish you both the best. Oh yes, if you're not in a hurry, I can tell you the answers for some of the outcomes you never chose.
You just did.
Just as you said, solving puzzles is all just a cover for something else. That girl is toying with us. What should we do now? Just keep getting led around by her?
Truly, Miss Sparkle is a fascinating person. She seems chaotic inside, but easy enough to understand. Like a performer on the stage or a child hungering for attention. This game will be over soon. This time, we're going to catch her.
Yeah, monsters this time.
Miss Black Swan, Mr. Sampo, you're finally here. I am the famed detective of Penacony, and next to me here is my assistant detective. A murder in a locked room has left us all stumped.
What locked room?
As expected, another change in setting.
Yesterday, my assistant and I were visiting the famed artist Miss Sparkle, and we stayed the night. But this morning, Miss Sparkle didn't come out of her bedroom. The butler, Jean said that the door was locked from inside, so we ought not to have disturbed her. But Miss Sparkle had never slept in so late. And no matter how hard he knocked, there was no answer from inside. As soon as I heard, I knew something must have happened. So I acted decisively and broke the door down to get inside. The room was covered in spattered blood. Miss Sparkle's body was lying right in the middle, her face white as snow. One look told me she'd been dead for some time. Thinking quickly, I grabbed the artist canvas to staunch Miss Sparkle's blood, but alas, poor Miss Sparkle. She's left us now forever. Besides us and Zhongshan, the butler, Lefton the cook, and Wright the driver were also at the scene of the crime. What would you like to do?
Go up the room.
Presumably, Miss Sparkle is now carefully arranging the next crime scene, right? Why don't you skip all this rigmarole and just have a heart-to-heart conversation with me? It might tickle a little.
Wait up! Wait up!
Honest kid. I know where you are, Miss Sparkle.
No
cheating.
Haha.
Huh. Mr. Assistant Detective. You seem to be getting anxious.
No, it's... This locked room murder case is pretty fun. I want to guess who it was.
Got it right the first time. It is Sparkle.
Let's go. Can't keep a girl waiting, can we?
Hey, Miss Black Swan, wait up, wait up! Miss Sparkle has one final message to announce. Ding-a-ling! Now comes the most exciting and romantic moment in any drama. The audience challenge. Everyone knows that the mighty masked fool Sparkle can change her appearance to look like others. And in this drama, the villain Sparkle has disguised herself as another character. So then, I put to you, which character is it? Also, if you're interested in the locked room case that the memo keeper ignored, you can try out your powers of deduction. I put lots into coming up with the puzzle, so don't let it go to waste. Thus, the masked genius Miss Sparkle has thrown down the gauntlet. All the clues are in motion. Happy hunting!
For a minute there, I thought she was going to do a promo to buy her detective series novels.
Miss, why didn't you just do this earlier?
Such a crude approach violates my aesthetics of memory. But as a means to an end, I need to put this aside for a more indifferent process.
Alright, the trash can.
There's no weird, sweet dreams troop, nor is there evidence strewn all over the place. We finally caught up with her. But what's that thing? A Bella Boggian trash can? In Penacony?
Hey, dear Memo Keeper and Mr. Coldfeet. You made it. I didn't expect you to skip the final puzzle. That's on me. All right. Miss Sparkle cares not for the faults of ants like me. Come then. This is the final question. Listen up. What creature has 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 3 legs at night?
No murder case this time around?
Sometimes it's nice to take things easy. Come on, dear. Give me your answer then.
Yeah, it was weird that she actually sounds a bit like Silverwolf right now.
Seeing as you're right here in front of me like this, then I guess the answer is a trash can. Right?
Womp womp. Wrong answer. That's funky, but a wild guess. The correct answer is Sparkle.
Bullshit.
When sleepy in the morning, she can't get out of bed. She runs about all afternoon in a fluster, so is exhausted by evening, but has to still raise a hand to hold a toothbrush. Poor Sparkle. So naturally, she's got 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 3 legs at night.
What the heck was that jibber jabber?
What a cute answer.
Thanks for the compliment, my dear. But you can't try to fool me, seeing as you've just tried to cheat. Wrong answer. Accept your punishment.
Finally, a battle.
What do you want to know? Ill fate descend!
May as well kill them all. Good times. Time to say bye. Boom. Stand still.
I'm on guard.
Nah, that's not good. I forgot to get a healer.
Ill tidings manifest.
Until I will protect all beauty. My guiding light.
Relax.
Now I got lucky.
Holy smokes! What's up with this guy? He just came out swinging from nowhere. Huh? No voices? This guy's pretty quiet. Miss, let's hurry up. Flip open the lid and find the girl.
Wait. Don't move. Something's off.
Miss, you killed Sparkle.
Hooray!
How is this possible? How can people die inside Penacony's dreamscape? In the Garden of Recollection. What did you do? You did this, didn't you? Killing people in their dreams. Only the Remembrance has the powers to do that. You planned it out all from the start because she teased you and was pranking you. You wanted to kill her. Oh, I understand. You refused to let me go because you wanted to drag me into all of this. If I don't agree, I'll end up just like she did.
Honestly, probably just frame you if that was the case.
There is no death inside Penacony's dreamscape. That's the promise of the family and the blessing of the harmony. Not even a memo keeper can break this barrier. There's no need to take such great pains. If you just want confirmation, I've already told you the answer, Miss Sparkle.
Miss
Sparkle! Who are you talking to?
You.
I wouldn't be so dramatic if I already saw this twist coming.
Sparkle has disguised herself as another character. Wouldn't that be you, Mr. Sampo?
This? Don't jump to conclusions! If you want to accuse me of being Sparkle, you have to provide the evidence. Oh, I'm afraid evidence is a little too hard to come by. So, deduction will do.
The hint for the final question was a little too obvious.
Oh, you mean the locked room murder? I thought you weren't doing that one.
All the painstaking effort that Miss Sparkle put into it. How could I ever miss it? The key to solving the puzzle lay in two pieces of information put forward by the detectives. First, the large splatter of blood at the crime scene. Second, the victim had been dead for some time. Based on my shallow understanding, I can only draw two conclusions. One is that the murderer did not need to create a locked room case, because a locked room always needs a reason to exist. But, based on the detective's description, this locked room did not delay the discovery of the body. There was no third party at the crime scene to frame, and the blood everywhere didn't look like a faked suicide. That being so, the murderer seems to have no reason for creating a locked room. There is also reason to speculate that if the crime scene was a locked room, then its creator might not necessarily be the murderer.
Okay.
As for my second conclusion, it's even more obvious still. When everyone broke into the scene of the crime, why did the assistant rush off to staunch the blood? A trained professional was somehow happily destroying a crime scene just to save someone who's obviously been dead a while. The answer is simple. It's because the assistant detective is the murderer. At the time, I was in such a hurry that I didn't hear the whole mystery. I tentatively speculated that the murderer had killed the victim the night before, but hadn't locked the door from the inside. And so, when he learned this piece of information, he realized that the victim had created their own locked room mystery. That's why he had to rush to the crime scene as soon as possible, to confirm whether or not the victim left any evidence implicating him. And, judging by his behavior, it probably had something to do with that canvas. Like some final words. Of course, this is just a simple mind game. The answer to the puzzle isn't important. Miss Sparkle just wanted to pass on one hint to me. That the murderer is the assistant detective. Which means it's you, Mr. Sampo. I've been using this term of address, but it was you who first came up with it.
Has anyone ever told you that you're more like a detective than a memo keeper?
In my opinion, there is no difference between the two. Follow ripples along the surface of the water. Use some abilities and tricks to keep diving deeper, and touch that secret deep inside people's hearts. Salvage it, and protect them carefully. The truth does not lie. Neither do memories.
Exquisite reasoning, and very close to the truth. But I have another answer. Would you like to hear it?
Another answer?
The great artiste Sparkle locked herself away in her bedroom, using red paint to create the semblance of spattered blood everywhere. And that assistant detective who was first on the scene, who confirmed her death, was not the murderer, but rather an accomplice who assisted her in faking her own death.
What a pity. Such a pity. My dear, you were so close to the right answer. Unfortunately, the right answer is Miss Sparkle's body. Sparkle was disguised as Sparkle's body
Yeah, nice try, but considering how Sampo reacted the other time, Sparkle's the whole dream.
Does Miss Sparkle's body even count as a real character?
Why not? Miss Sparkle's body appeared in all 3 of those skits just then.
It's a little bit forced, but it's fine. So, who is this Mr. Sampo, then?
Beautiful lady, I already confessed everything to you earlier on. I really didn't know a thing. I just helped a friend send a letter. That's all.
So why'd you freak out?
So I've been running a fool's errand this whole time.
My dear, why so serious? Haven't you been having a great time? I have, at least. You take memories, and I get joy. We get what we need from each other, seeing as we're such kindred spirits, but also such loners. Why don't you come and work with me? Ooh, we can dance ballet together.
Oh? Am I understanding this correctly? A masked fool inviting me to work together?
A show of unprecedented splendor is about to be staged in Penacony. If you're too late to take the stage, you can work behind the scenes. If you want to appreciate this drama, you have to stand up under that spotlight as you take the stage and watch the dancing envelop you. Come with me. This is the best seat in the house.
I don't really understand why you're so fixated on destroying family barriers. But, as I said before, a memo keeper can't help you. It's frankly above my pay grade. Also, I don't consider you a loner. Oh, I don't mean him, but rather behind you. The one who hired you to come to Penacony probably doesn't want you secretly linking up with other forces, right?
How did you know?
Memory is like the deep blue sea. But if you try to catch 2 fish with 1 cast, you might not be satisfied with your catch.
So, you mean you're refusing? Memo Keeper, did you think you could just leave?
She kinda can.
Why not?
My dear, I don't want to scare you. You'll know the answer sooner or later. We're just getting to know each other a little today. If you ever change your mind, come find me at the tavern. That is, if you can find me. Let's go, Sampo? Sampo. Who is Sampo?
This is Bellabog, right?
I said, why not?
She just erased the memories.
Don't worry. Such a crude approach violates my statics of memory. So once you leave my sight, you'll be able to remember everything again. And also, I'm sorry, my dear. My dream dance partner? I've already got sights on someone else.
Okay, so it sounds like Black Swan's not gonna be working with me.
What a special dream this has been. Did you notice its nested structure? Being part of a play inside the dreamscape is as real and captivating as being in a dream within a dream.
Okay. I remember seeing you before. Hound chooses to remain in silence amidst the lively and joyful dream. Upon realizing that you noticed it, the hound swiftly vanishes.
That's the end of Miss Black Swan's dream bubble. Are you satisfied with your experience?
It was more of a headache than anything else. Sampo turned out to be...
I noticed that the people in your dream were familiar to you. It's worth repeating that dreams are just dreams. And in Penacony, dreams can be processed, or even temporary.
So you're saying Sampo might not be Sampo in this case?
Things in our dreams cannot be trusted, let alone in someone else's dreamscape. If there's any information that you'd like to confirm, please do so by the cold, hard light of reality. Sweet dreams.
Wait, what just happened?
Really? I wouldn't do anything to her.
Don't worry about that, Memo Keeper. Let's talk about my thing. I've helped you out with everything you've asked, as agreed. Shouldn't you give my mask back to me now?
Since when did the masked fools suddenly start respecting agreements? Just kidding. I loved seeing that look on your face. Take this key to the tavern cellar. Third barrel on the left. You never saw me.
Okay, so it is Sampo, and he's getting his mask back.
But Sampo, after all this time, what made you suddenly want to take back your mask? This doesn't seem like the Sampo I know. Let me guess. A catastrophe is coming to Urello 6. Am I right?
Well, no comment about that. But I love that line you said. If you're too late to take the stage, you can work behind the scenes. That really makes sense.
Huh. So the apocalypse is coming for Duel 6.
Sometimes even an old-timer like me feels like taking the stage and making a fool out of myself.
If you're all out of options, please get in touch with me. I'm the kind of person who values friendship highly.
Forget it. You'll be doing me a favor if you stay away from Bellabog. After all, the elation that Miss Sparkle seeks isn't something old Sampo can stand by. Go tell Giovanni I said hi.
Giovanni? From the, digital monster game?
Fine, I'm just spitballing here. Don't take it so seriously. Why so serious?
No, right, he was a mask fool, but he didn't come off as like a villain. So, then I imagine you have already seen that dream bubble. Relax, I just want to know if anyone has come looking for you yet. Black Swan, what's up? Indeed, the Memo Keeper, you know. I'll make this simple. That fool named Sparkle is currently searching over the place for that dream bubble. I do not know what her intentions are, but allowing it to slip into her hands will only make the situation more confusing. So, can you do me a favor and go claim that dream bubble? Of course, why don't you do it yourself? I didn't expect you to refuse me. I guess I could go myself. I don't remember where that dream bubble was left. Can you remind me? In the Dreamscape cell store. I stole it. How could a memo keeper forget a mem? Are you really, Black Swan? You figured me out? No, I'm not the true memo keeper after all. I can't believe you figured me out so quickly. How dull. Pranks are all about the back and forth. You've seen how much fun I had with that memo keeper. You should learn from her, like, young nameless. This is just the beginning. I'll be back. Please don't come back. Nothing good ever comes from hanging with a fool. Okay. Just need a second. Oops. Oh well. So I just imagine you already seen that dream bubble. Relax, I want to know if anyone's come looking for you yet. I'm getting deja vu here. You may also know that interesting young fool, Sparkle. She recently got into disguising herself as other people. Sylvan, has she tried anything with you already? Wait, then you might be... You could be Sparkle in disguise too. Let's see, you're on high alert. What would you have me do to prove that I am me? Unique expression, a unique action. If that little Miss Fool excels in observation, there is a chance that she could perfectly imitate everything about a person. I think that the only thing I can differentiate someone... Get back up, get back up. I think the only thing that can differentiate someone from another is their memories. There is no way for an outsider to completely steal and imitate every ounce of a person's memory. Just like when we met in Penacony, is it not? A strange dreamland surrounding us, a series of strange murders, people with differing dreams, and the truth that lies beneath the water's surface. Do you need me to go on? I need more. I can't be the one doing all the talking. By your logic, you should also have to prove that you're not Sparkle, Sylvan. Or Stell. Huh? I'm just joking. It's a memo key, but I naturally know who the person is on the other side of my screen. Miss Sparkle's pranks has not been without benefit. She is able to make us re-examine what we already seen and think about the appearance and reality of the dreamscape. This is also the reason I have shared this dream bubble with you. It looks like she hasn't caused any major damage. I will put my mind at ease. Talk to you again soon.
Nice.
Alright. So... that's supposed to be it? There's gotta be more to it. There we go. Trailblazer from the Astral Express. We meet again. As you have visited to my Dreamscape sales store, I have a new batch of dream bubbles coming to the shelf. The batch is actually a pretty exciting theme. Those who have tried it are full of praise. I'm sure you'll like it. It's about war, it's about relationship, it's about garbage picking. I knew you'd be interested. Still remember the slogan of my store. Dr. Edward knows more about your preferences than you do. Please allow me to keep the suspense going for now, as I don't want to give any spoilers. You'll have to enter the dream bubble yourself to find out what it is about. Let's start dream bubble. This is our Dreamscape panel where you can view old dream bubble stages here. As this is your first visit, only the access to the beginner-friendly shallow Dreamscape will be granted first. You can select the dream bubble chapter you wish to experience from here. Let's start with Bubble Pinball. Adjust the path and drive the spheroid to escape. Here we can check the dream bubble's experience, objectives, and rewards. Please read them carefully. That concludes the instructions. You can now enter the dream bubble and begin your experience. Okay. So wait, are we playing pinball? Hey, you need to step out of it. You're moving too slowly. The spheroid is all set. Everyone else has left and we should catch up soon. Where am I? The Dreamvale prison. Do you actually think you're already a free man? A week ago, Boss Stone's become a prison warden and listed so glad as contraband. You flipped out over the decision so much that you kept punching the air and nearly broke the chandelier. We decided to teach them a lesson at the time, and now our best opportunity has come. Ha, I got it. You're doing the exposition. Whoever here is so glad must be the bad guy. Exactly, that's why we decided to get you out of this place. The bad news is that the prison guards have already just damaged the track. We need to fix it manually to proceed. I heard you were good at these things, so I'll leave the repair work to you. I'll cover for you. See you at the meeting point later. Okay. Quick do select. Yeah, I already know this. No need to repeat it. Oh, you already know your stuff. We have both made it. I bet those prison guards have more tricks up their sleeves. There'll be more obstacles waiting for us ahead. Let's move forward. For freedom. For Soulgrad. Well, that was easy. You and your cellmates stealthily run across the prison corridors, narrowly avoiding guard after guard. Some time has passed in the harbor leading to the rendezvous point. Hanu comes to the view. To the surprise of no one, the lane has already been destroyed. You know that once you break through the final blockade, you and your cellmates will be able to reunite with the main group. Okay. More pinball puzzle. Let's see. Okay, this looks like a bit trickier. But I'm guessing I have to hit that one. Not exactly. There we go. We made it. Looks it's Boss Hanu. He's here to pick us up. The spheroid reaches the end of the track. Hanu, one of the most famous figures in Dreamville, is twitching his big nose to welcome you. Hanu lets out a snort in an attempt to sound cool. He seems to know very well how to behave to come across such as a big shot. Boss Hanu appreciates you two for providing cover for us. Everyone else has made it out safely. Next, we plan to free prisoners from other divisions and take them to expand our team. Perhaps we can break free from the chains for good one day. Let's work hard together for a better Dreamville. Alright, this looks to be a simple event with pinball puzzles. So let's try doing them all. After a successful prison break, Brother Hanu decided to reach out to the other prisoners as a means of recruiting them into the resistance against the prison. A steady flow of supplies that include food, weapons, clothing, and most importantly, Soulgrad is provided by the neighboring division. You are assigned with the mission of delivering a batch of newly arrived Soulgrad through the fence. Okay, no pinball puzzle this time. TikTok got any goods to deliver? Pity you came at a bad time. Boss Stone had sent people to trash the supply passage. No one can get past now unless someone fixes it. Yep, already know this. You got some skill. Now I can deliver those goods to those who need it. The batch of Soulgrad has successfully delivered, but the crackdown on Soulgrad within the prison has yet to abate. Prison guards carry out spot checks in the cells every day, confiscate bottle after bottle of Soulgrad, and then smash them all. Discontentment among the prisoners is growing. Over time, it will soon escalate into anger. Alright, part 2. With Brother Hanu's permission, you and your companions smuggle crates of Soulgrad into the neighboring prison block. The sweetness of the soda lifts the spirit of the inmates, as you can see the light in the darkness. The Soulgrad smuggling operation lasted for 6 months, with a daily tug-of-war between the prisoners and the guards. New acquired Soulgrad was snatched away before consumed, filling the cell with the sounds of cursing and bleeding. Just like that, the feeling of displeasure in the neighborhood division reaches an all-time high. A spark is all it needs to erupt. TikTok, you're back again? I hear it sparks flying everywhere next door right now. If they don't get to drink some Soulgrad in time, some of them are going to have a mental breakdown. It's up to you now. This is just one big promotion for Soulgrad, isn't it? I hope this batch of Soul Glad can last longer this time. After another batch of Soul Glad is destroyed, the inmates see red. Following the first cry of rebellion, the other inmates respond enthusiastically. The number of violent incidents in the prison skyrockets, plunging the entire division into pandemonium. You and your team take advantage of the chaos situation to invite the prisoners, and the number of rebels grow rapidly. Everyone's desire for freedom and a better life has been awakened. Okay. Okay, there's 2 more. What's this one? Oh, just more puzzles. Though it looks like it might be a bit slow. Ever since Brother Hanu is so glad to rope in prisoners from several areas, your team has been getting stronger and stronger by the day. The prison warden, Boss Stone, is shocked by this. He recalls all the prison guards and seals all the paths in the rebel sectors with sturdy iron gates. He probably intends to just starve you all to death. In response to this situation, your companions appear to have hatched a plan. Hey buddy, I have good news and bad news. Let me tell you the good one first. Thanks to the unusual move we pulled off earlier, we've taken over half the prison in Dreamville. Boss Stone and his underlings can never take us back to the prison again. The bad news is they are still in control of the prison systems. The production facilities and our divisions have stopped operating, and all the exits have been blocked by quarantine gates. If this goes on, we won't be able to hold on for much longer. We need someone to sneak in through the vent into the storage room located on the other half of the prison and find the key to the prison system. Obviously, Hanu is the best candidate for this mission. Even a hero like him isn't invincible, and we can't deal with all the guards by himself. We need to channel Dreamscape energy to him through the television. Fine, I'll do it myself. After all, first-hand experience is what the Dream Bubble is all about. If Hanu does all the work, then there'll be little playable content in this Dream Bubble. I recommend you try Hanu's adventure stage in the Dream Bubble. The stage is very well designed. Anyway, I'll go ahead and help Brother Hanu. You should hurry along. Alright. I've technically done this before. It's actually the same layout. Yeah, I get it, I get it. I get it. Oh, has that ever been there? Chirp, are you looking for this key? Keep it, Chirp. Boss Stone has not settled my wages in a long time. I'm not going to work for him anymore, Chirp. You go up to bed, Chirp. The key is hidden on the origami bird. How unexpected. There seems to be many keys like this. I should probably collect them all. Okay, so the next one's going to have a few one. Brother Hanu retrieves the secret pass key for the prison system, but there's only one key. You need all 4 keys to activate the prison computer. After a detailed discussion and analysis, Brother Hanu decides to head to the core area and retrieve the remaining 3 keys in one fell swoop. This is the way to the core area. Let's offer our support to Hanu. Okay. Three keys. One's up there. One's past the bookcase. Don't have me, Chirp. Proceed into working for Boss Stone. Reassuring grunt, disdain grunt, skeptical grunt. You want this key, right? Take it, as long as you don't hurt me, Chirp. One down, 2 to go. I know who you are, Chirp. You're Hanu, the guy who started this turmoil. I don't like conflict, so I hope to see you guys making peace with each other soon. If this key can put an end to the conflict, then you can take it, Chirp. Alright. Let's wait for it to turn around. Oh, gee, Trap, you're the guy who wants to take down Boston. What a coincidence, he has rubbed me the wrong way too. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm on your side. I just need you guys to weaken the crocodile so I can pave my way into the founding of my bird empire. Here's the key, Chip. I need you to have it for my plan to work out. Yeah, whatever you say, birds. I know has obtained all 4 keys and used them to open the computer core of the prison. The lights come on, and with all the equipment pledging their allegiance, everyone raises bottles of Soul Glad in celebration while the golden syrup rains down from above. Yet the entire prison is transformed as a result. Right, Dreamwalker. Oh well, and well, now the adventure's only beginning. Ah, I get to fight this time. But it doesn't tell me the weaknesses, so I'm gonna have to take a guess.
Side by side with a noble soul like you, dear friend. It's a great honor.
You, or more precisely, the protagonist of the dream bubble, wakes up with a throbbing head. Right when Brother Hanu takes control of the prison, an accident occurs. The chaotic Symphysia dreamscape engulfs you all and pulls the entire prison in. The once familiar corridors have become completely different, and your companions who have been fighting alongside you are nowhere to be found. You realize that someone has to step up and save everyone. It is time to become a hero. Okay. Okay, this puzzle again. Yeah, I get it. You don't have to remind me. Oh, you. It's great to see a familiar face again. Whoa, what happened to the prison? Where's everyone else? I don't know. I think they're being trapped from elsewhere. Looks like we're on our own. Let's go find the others, or at least locate Hanu. He has a knack for uniting the other prisoners. After a quick cleanup, you and your cellmates begin the journey to find Brother Hanu. Ice and electric. Right, we'll get March 7th. Bring back Kafka.
Let's skip the formalities, Silver.
Oh, wait, crap. Oh well. In the chaos of the dreamscape, you and cellmates run around endlessly, finally locating your target in one of the dream rooms, Brother Hanu and his men. Look, it's Hanu and the rest. How do we get over there? I don't know, maybe we'll press this button. Right, wow, didn't actually have to fight at all. Makes you wonder what was the point of that. I'm glad you guys made it here. As you can all see, the prison is now a total mess. Everything is ruined and destroyed. Alas, what should we do about this? 100 grants 3 times in a row. This is probably the most agitated he's ever spoken. Yes, you're right. Go on. Boss Hunter says that this was an accident and it could defeat us. Back then, so glad it was our dream. Boss Stone took that away and forced us into a life of abject despair, so he and his men were overthrown. This time, we'll do the same and overcome old challenges. Next, we'll look for our lost companions and transform Dreamville into a true paradise through sheer determination. Did he really say all that? He's quite elegant, huh? It's important to add a little artistic flair to words. Anyway, it's time to hit the road for freedom. We're so glad. That's right there, the two of you and how to embark on a journey of blah 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 blah. Congratulations on completing the full story in the Dream Bubble. What do you think of the story? It's quite interesting. It's sloppy. Did any of these things happen in real life? Dr. Era doesn't give guarantees on the veracity of the Dream Bubble content. A dream is a dream. Just enjoy it. As the Dream Bubble is still undergoing the testing and development stages, the developers have enlisted my help to carry out a survey regarding its content. Now I'll ask you a few questions. What do you think the true reason behind the prisoner's riot? The prisoner is craving for Stograd. Noted. In your opinion, what was the key factor that led to the success of the rebellion? My plot armor. I see. Lastly, do you believe the prisoner's plan to transform Dreamville to be successful? It's not to say. I'll wait for the upcoming DLC. That's funny. Don't worry, I'll pass on your feedback to the developers. I can tell you will immerse yourself in the Dream Bubble. However, true history may not be as interesting. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the experience. If you find the gameplay of this Dream Bubble fun, I suggest that you try the stages that follows Dreamscape. There will be a few plot elements to the stage, but the developers propose various challenges that come with amazing rewards. Don't miss it. Okay, guess we may as well do it. First, okay, who should we get? Gaiafin, Sampo, Asta, or Yukong? Asta is currently E5. If I get Asta again, it will be E6. Gaiafin could be E1. Sampo could be E1. And she could be E1. Maybe it'd be best if I get Asta again. That way she'd be E6. Yeah, go for it. And just, can we put it on her?
Every star is a miracle.
And she's finally maxed out. Alright. Kind of unfortunate that they decided to do it like that. Why not give me all 5 puzzles at once? Okay. Well, that won't work at all. Oh, I didn't mean to activate you again. Right then, activate this. There we go. Seeing as this might take a while, it's probably best if I leave this and I'll do it off screen. This just has bonus material, so I doubt there'll be any story relevance to them. I'd rather not waste everyone's time by doing it. So, been streaming for about 2 hours.
Let me see.
I could probably do another couple hours. So, why don't we do a character story? One that I haven't done in since forever. No, wait. Missions. Still have to do that one.
Let me see.
Any other mission I haven't done yet? Base Atlas. I guess I have to do that. These are world quests. Yukong and Volt. Bayu and Danhang. Sweet, I thought there'd be a little bit more. Alright, let's do Volt and Danhang. Then. I've been meaning to finish it, it's just, haven't had the time.
Wanna go take some pictures?
Why won't you listen to me?
Because it's my life!
Family drama, as usual.
You know I have the talent to make it. I can become the Lafu's best pilot, just like you were.
Talent? You'd be dead if it weren't for those two travelers. Do you think stealing a star skiff and taking to the skies is a show of talent? What about being trapped by abominations? Did you at any moment think about what I would feel if something happened to you? Do you know how many people dream of a relaxing desk job at the Skyfaring Commission? You promised me to work responsibly in your post. Not only have you broken the Skyfaring Commission's regulations, You've broken your promise to me.
I already told you. I had no choice. I want to help you and the Skyfaring Commission, not sit at my desk dealing with never-ending papers. That job doesn't suit me. I got the highest grade in the fighter pilot test. They all said I was a genius, like you. Like mother, like daughter. They were all jealous of me. But no one even knew I had to take the test behind your back. You would never have allowed me to go if I told you about it.
Behind my back? Do you really think you could have walked into the test and sat in the cockpit if I hadn't given my permission behind the scenes? As for genius, don't mention that word to me again. Why do you insist on becoming a pilot? Don't understand.
And I don't understand why you don't understand. Why can anyone in the world become a fighter pilot except the Helmmaster's daughter? Don't you realize how ridiculous that is? You may not want to fly anymore, but don't trap me down here with you.
Qingni, where are you going?
Well, that was something.
I'm sorry you had to witness this.
Apologies, Madam Yukong. We should have given you some time.
Yes, apologies. Mr. Yang, I told you would be early.
You're right. An oversight on my part.
On the contrary, I apologize for allowing my own personal matters to encroach on your time.
We don't intend to pry into private business, Helmmaster Yukong. But if there's anything we can help with, please don't hesitate to ask.
Family issues, I'm afraid. You probably heard a thing or two just now. Despite my earnest wish that she continue in her post, Qingni is fixated on becoming a fighter pilot. I may seem overbearing, but the situation she gets herself into sent a shiver up my tail. It's funny, isn't it? I've seen every disaster imaginable, from the abundance axis to a living planet. I thought I'd forgotten what fear was. But when I fought alongside you, I realized there are still things that can terrify me. I'm sorry. Talking about such vexing matters is unbecoming in front of guests. I invited you here to gain a better understanding of the Express, not bore you with these trivialities. Oh, I prepared refreshments for you. Please, you must try this excellent whale tide spring.
Well, Tide Spring. Though things didn't go off at a great start, everyone enjoyed this meeting with Yukong.
Please accept these gifts as thanks for saving my daughter. I'd heard that the Nameless had traversed the Starry Sea, but I wasn't prepared for how much I could learn from you.
Well, I'd heard from members of the Skyfaring Commission that you were a top-tier pilot, Madam Yukong, and an ace among the Cloud Knights. Now that I've seen you in action, I know the rumors were true. I hope to witness your flying ability for myself one day.
Well, don't start.
We'll head off now. The Commission must be busy. I look forward to our next meeting, Madam Yukong.
That was clearly a sensitive topic.
On my flying ability, I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint you, Mr. Yang. The sky no longer suits me. Looks like you still wish to talk. Seems our every meeting is accompanied by an incident of some sort. I hope I can meet the Astral Express crew under better circumstances next time.
Yeah, fair enough. But you need to work out your mother-daughter issues. Ah, you're still here.
You too, please, wait.
Trying to steal another star skiff?
Thank you for saving me, benefactors. And I'm sorry you had to witness all that.
I understand, it's a parent-child relationship. You shouldn't have talked to your mother like that.
So you've experienced it yourself, benefactor. That's great. I mean, I'm happy I finally found someone who can understand me.
I mean, technically, I don't even know who Stell's mother is. Everyone says it's Kafka.
But I've had the hairpin ceremony. I'm an adult now. I have the right to pursue my dreams. Mom still insists on sheltering me under her wing, as if I can't even stay alive without her.
Miss Qingni, these are family matters. I'm not sure it's my place to comment. However, in my personal experience, becoming a parent often means we become obstinate. To erode a rock, one must be patient and persistent, like water. What I mean to say is, instead of trying to prove yourself suddenly, perhaps you could demonstrate your ability to look after yourself methodically, over time. Don't you think, Miss Qingni?
Don't think I have the qualifications to advise here, but when it comes to fairy stuff, I leave it to Mr. Yang.
My mom is actually a reasonable person, but she gets unreasonable as soon as I mention flying. She hid my Starskiff toys, dragged me away from the port when I stayed behind to count ships, forced me to study for ages. I did everything I could to work my way into the Skyfaring Commission. But she used her authority to assign me a desk job. Every time I walk along Starwatcher Avenue and look up at those ships flying freely across the sky, I feel empty inside. Speaking of empty inside, so how were Mom's refreshments? Good?
Yes, the aroma was incredible. Help yourself, I'm sure there's some left over.
I've been so angry today I forgot to eat anything. How about this? My mom thanked you guys with refreshments, so I should do the same. Let me take you around Starskiff Haven. We can try the most authentic snack on the Lafu.
Courier package is a perfect fit. The digital label clearly states that the item inside will be used for control release. The line of colorless Shanshu letters would disturb any being capable of empathy. Surely you better rip it open and check up on things. I have to open this up and see. It's a personal item, I can't interfere with it. Convince yourself with unshakably strong logic. Shouldn't have got praise of a high moral for that.
We're here! The thing about the most authentic snack on the Lafu is it's a drink, and it's inside this vending machine.
Boo. Wow, the full 5-star treatment. Tea again? I got enough of that from the Palace of Astrum.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't have the money for anything fancy. Here, Mung Bean Soda. 1 can each. This thing has a bit of a unique flavor, but I love it.
Let me try. A nostalgic experience.
Oh, is there a drink like this where you're from?
No, this reminds me of when I first boarded the Express and forced myself to drink Himiko's coffee, and how my taste buds never fully recovered.
How is it? Bearable?
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a good compliment, Welt. Delicious, simply delicious. Anyone have a bucket? Are you sure you're not angry at us for rescuing you? You know what? I want to be mean.
Don't worry. I choked the first time too. Have a few more sips. It takes a while for the unique flavor to, work. But I guess not everyone can accept what I like. Just like flying. Well, don't force yourself. Let's go somewhere else. Ooh, I know a really great place in Starskiff Haven to Starskiff watch.
Is it surrounded by monsters?
You know, there are a lot of mung bean soda moments in life. If you don't try, you won't know. Unique experiences are often a product of risky choices.
Tell that to my mom. Her #1 life lesson is, you can't turn back once you enter the sky. Pilots are always dancing with death. I know she's right. I know being a fighter pilot is an exhausting and dangerous job. But I still want to fly among the stars. To fight for the Xianzhou Alliance across the vast galaxy.
Oh. Can't you just buy a star skiff and just roam around? You don't necessarily need to be a fighter one.
Why are you so dedicated to that idea, Miss Qingni?
Have you heard of the Foxian birth fate tradition? Soon after a child is born, we surround them with items that represent future destinies. If the child reaches for a jade abacus, then they'll grow up to be a diviner. If they reach for a sword, then they'll grow up to be a famous warrior. And if they reach for a toy star skiff,
They'll become a toy salesman. They'll become a star skiff pilot. So you reach for the star skiff.
What? No, it means they'll become a pilot. Mom reached for the star skiff and showed a natural talent for flying. General Jing Yuan recruited her to the Cloud Knights as soon as she was old enough. That's how she became a fighter pilot. Later, she achieved miracles. One time, she destroyed 3 beast ships in a hail of Barisan anti-aircraft fire. Like an arrow tearing through a thunderstorm. She also holds the Skyfaring Commission records for speed and enemy vessels destroyed. I'm proud to be Madame Yukong's daughter. I've wanted to become a legend like her for as long as I can remember.
I can imagine. A parent is often a child's first hero, and their image can influence their whole life.
She never told me any of those stories herself. And she hasn't piloted a star skiff since the 3rd Denizens of Abundance War. She doesn't even bring up her military achievements.
Which means she's done something that might have been shameful.
I used to watch her fly when I was young. Then one time, I stole a star skiff and I tried all kinds of difficult maneuvers. Turns out I was as talented as she was. Not only did I survive the flight, my landing was perfect.
Well, that or her parental instincts kicked in.
I remember feeling so happy when they took me to see my mom. There I was boasting about the flight, expecting her to laugh, pat my head, say, "That's my girl," or something. But boy, I've never seen her so scary. I admit, I deserve to be punished. You can't let a kid get away with stealing a star skiff. But my mom was angry about more than that. She was angry because I viewed her as a role model. Because I had the same talent as her. I don't understand it.
She's just frightened.
Parents never want their children to be in danger. I think I can understand, Madame Yukong.
But flying is the only thing I want to do. I've already touched the sky.
Queen Ni receives a message and frowns as she reads it.
It's Mom's secretary, Miss Siquei. She just sent me a message. Mom lost one of her trinkets in Stargazer Navalia when she came to save me. Miss Siquei suggested I find the trinket and return it to Mom. Said it might help me get back in her good books.
In Stargazer Navalia? Let's go with you and have a look.
Is it really okay to bother you two again?
You gotta type out monsters last time. The goal of the Express crew is to help other people. I would have said thanks for the mung bean soda.
Indeed.
You're too kind, benefactors. I'll treat you to something better than mung bean soda next time.
Whoops.
The fight with the abominations was pretty chaotic. I think Mom's trinket would have dropped around here.
Do you know what it looks like, Miss Qingni?
Let me think. It should be a little square thing. She's usually got something like that on her.
This is your area of expertise.
How? Isn't combat my expertise? Isn't solving puzzles my expertise? Who do you think I am, Ditting?
Your powers of perception are impressive, that's all. I think you're the right person for the job.
Well, thanks for that.
Come on, are you kidding? It's a trinket, remember?
Well, excuse me.
Do you think my mom would carry this with her?
It's a beautiful vase, though. What an intricate pattern. Isn't that the divine beast fortune pattern?
You're so smart, Mr. Yang.
Well, I only recently found out about it.
Birdcage.
Birdcage. Huh. That reminds me. Have you guys heard of the birds that live in the Everhunt Plains? They have beautiful feathers, but you can't domesticate them. They don't live long if you lock them in a cage. Makes sense. How could a bird that's known the sky live in a cage?
Okay. Okay, too short. So who had their spears there? Oh, glaives. Yeah, glaive sounds right.
Mom always carries this trinket around with her, but I never realized there was something inside. Is this the hunt crest?
Modern art? Lucky charm? I don't get it.
This is what pilots hang in their Starskiff cockpits for good luck.
It must be very close to Helmmaster Yukong's heart. Let's head back, Miss Qingni. I think you should return this trinket in person. This is an opportunity for the two of you to talk.
It's not gonna go well.
Not yet. I want to go back later. There's something I hope you two can help me with first.
You gonna steal Starskiff?
If you want us to help you persuade your mother, I'm afraid that could be difficult. It's not easy to solve a family dispute as an outsider.
No, you misunderstand. I just want to know what she's thinking. What turned an ace pilot, someone who loved to fly, into someone like her? My mom clearly misses her flying days, otherwise she wouldn't keep this on her person. But she doesn't fly anymore and refuses to let me become a fighter pilot. Why?
Maybe we can ask some people who might know the truth.
Like Jin Yun? We could ask around the Skyfaring Commission. Who would that be?
Well, the General's been busy at the seat of Divine Foresight recently. We might not get to see him right away. Still, it's worth a try. He was the one who promoted Helmmaster Yukong. He probably knows more about her past than anyone.
General Jin Yuan? Are you sure it's okay to go straight to him? Oh, right. You're the General's guests. Even so, this is asking a lot of you.
No problem. If we can get to the bottom of why Helmmaster Yukong no longer flies, we might be able to find out why she doesn't want you to be a fighter pilot. We can't help you too directly, but an indirect conversation like this might give us a clue on how to convince your mother.
Give it to us. Do we really know Jing Yuan that well?
Don't worry. General Jing Yuan is understanding. I'm sure a small visit won't trouble him, especially if it's about a young girl's future.
In that case, thank you so much, benefactors. I'll head back to Starskiff Haven. I'm not ready to return to the Skyfaring Commission yet.
Okay.
Wanna go take some pictures?
I should probably switch back to the Trailblazer.
What is your purpose for entering the seat of divine foresight?
Just let me in, you asshole. Well, Jing Yuan.
Mr. Yang, and you? What brings you to the seat of divine foresight this time?
It's nothing urgent. We were hoping to understand Helmmaster Yukong a little better.
Yukong? I heard an office worker from the Skyfaring Commission flew a starskiff to assist in the present crisis, but ran into trouble herself. She was only saved thanks to a couple of travelers. On behalf of the Law Fu, you have my thanks once again. The seat of divine foresight heard that Yukong's seldom seen but often feared temper was on display. I believe the two of you were caught between mother and daughter.
We heard that Helmmaster Yukong was an outstanding pilot, but that she refuses to let her daughter embark on the same career.
Yukong herself is best placed to answer such questions, but naturally, you are here because you fear that Helmmaster Yukong would decline to answer.
Well, she does seem stuck up like that.
If you wish to dispel Miss Qingni's curiosity, perhaps we can take a small step back from the topic at hand. What do you wish to know about Yukong the pilot?
Okay,
Did Qingni tell you any of this? It all serves to remind me. A long time ago, a young Foxian girl, charged by the Knights with a high-speed flight violation, was brought before me as punishment. Now, she's the Madam Helmmaster, my equal. If I were to turn back the sands of time and try to convince my past self that the little girl in front of me would one day become a wise and experienced Helmmaster, I would have probably never have believed it. The Yukong of the past was nothing like she is now, spending her days surrounded by documents at her desk. She was a flaming wind. The only one who could ever calm her was her comrade.
Yep, and yeah, tragic backstory time. Comrade?
Yes. Large fighter starskiffs need to be operated in pairs. One pilot takes the helm, the other controls the turrets. The legend of the ace fighter pilot is incomplete without the ace gunner. Yukong's partner was Sai. Both at the controls and behind the turret. Sai was like a cold blade, efficient, decisive, unfeeling when she had to be. It's hard to imagine such contrasting personalities working in perfect harmony. As I mentioned, the campaign inflicted heavy losses on the Xianzhou Air Force. Oh, this is a divine object from the Rainbow Arbiter? Where did you find this?
Inside a trinket belonging to Yukong. Picked up off the road.
Which road? I should head there myself. A divine object like this possesses a market value of at least 20,000 strails.
She's kidding. This object has been stored inside Helmmaster Yukong's personal trinket all along. Miss Qingni lent it to us. She thought it might be a way to find out more about Yukong's past, and why she no longer flies.
This object is no ordinary trinket. It has borne witness to blood and tears. I'm sure you're both familiar with the Xianzhou's long galactic hunt. But have you heard of the Denizens of Abundance Wars? As the Xianzhou has continued to cleanse the universe of immortal abominations, so too has the Abundance Axis succeeded in breaching our defensive lines. They pushed the Xianzhou to the brink of disaster. 30 years ago, the Xianzhou Yaoqing and Fenghu were besieged by our enemies. Even in the long history of warfare between the Xianzhou Alliance and the Denizens of Abundance, that air battle was one of the most tragic. We were greatly outnumbered by the abominations of Abundance. Almost 1 million fighter pilots fought in the bitter battle. Those who survived numbered no more than 100,000.
That's a lot of deaths.
Had the Rainbow Arbiter not descended and destroyed the enemy's assault with their sky-shattering Lux Arrow, who's to say whether the Luofu would still be here today? Such divine objects were forged from the embers that the Arbiter's divine arrow left behind. For the survivors, these relics contain the blood of their comrades, the ashes of their enemies, and the dust of their memories. Yukong is a survivor of that war. Her best friend, Cai, perished on the battlefield.
I don't have any other questions. Thank you, General.
I do not wish to speculate on the reason behind Helmmaster Yukong's reluctance to fly, nor do I want to open up old wounds. However, it is difficult to discard one's past. Yukong and Cai trusted each other with their lives. The Helmmaster will have strong memories of that time. Perhaps it is not my place to say, but I believe Qingni has the right to know about the past, as the past is starting to affect her future.
Thank you, General.
Thank you, General. We apologize for taking up your time with such triviality.
Mr. Yang, you jest. How can harmony between parent and child constitute a triviality? If you ask me, the mountains of documents and the seat of divine foresight are the only triviality around here.
We'll take our leave. Let's go. We should head to Starskiff Haven and find Qingni.
All right.
Oh, something else on your mind?
A few other questions.
Did Qingni tell you it? If
okay,
I
we did
return
this.
back the sand, do you call she? Yes, the legend of both. It's hard to.
I was thinking it was going to be additional dialogue, not just a recap. Oh, what happened? So, and did you learn anything from General Qing Yuan? I don't know how to say that word. Said, Mom's busy, so I'm heading back to the Skyfaring Commission. If you did learn something, can you come meet up with me? I want to ask my Skyfaring Commission colleagues as much as I can, but I don't know where to start. Okay, do you know Sai? I should guess there would be some connection. It's hard to explain over text. Let's meet up. See you in a bit.
How time flies.
Oh, you're here. My mom isn't in a great mood. She went for a walk.
Of course she did. Isn't in a great mood. She skipped work.
My mom isn't the irresponsible type. She only skips work if she's managed to delegate everything.
You two are very similar.
Well, we do both like to take a walk after a fight. The only difference is that I come to this side of Starskiff Haven and she heads to the other. That way, we don't bump into each other.
Actually, kind of cute. It's a bit childish. That's a bit silly.
You can say that again. Anyway, did you find anything out from General Jing Yuan?
You relayed the information provided by Jing Yuan to Qingni.
Did Helmmaster Yukong never bring this up with you?
I was always curious about her past, but she either dodged my questions or pretended not to hear them. In the end, I realized she probably experienced something that left a scar that never fully healed. I never asked her again.
He was afraid of you ending up like a friend. Even a flying ace can get into trouble.
Indeed. That's probably why Yukong was never willing to fly again after the battle, and why she forbids you from flying.
So she doesn't want me to fly because she remembers the pain of losing her friend. And she thinks that my talent makes it more likely that she'll lose me in the same way?
I can't guarantee that's what she's thinking, Miss Qingni. You should talk with her yourself.
You're right, Mr. Yang. But I still have something else to check first. This pass that General Jing Yuan mentioned is probably archived in the Palace of Astrum. I remember watching her handle a document with great care before she filed it away. It looked like a diary.
Do you still remember where it was filed, Miss Qingni?
Vaguely. But there are so many files stored in the Skyfaring Commission. Could I ask you benefactors to look for it with me?
A couple of Outworlders going through Skyfaring Commission files isn't a good look. I'm afraid we can only accompany you, Miss Qingni. You'll need to do the searching yourself.
Yeah, we might be breaking a lot of criminal codes here.
Of course. You're right. Sorry.
Not to mention reading up secrets of the Orfu. Political secrets that could destroy it. Again with this box? Am I ever gonna open this or what? Okay, what am I looking for?
Oh, can I help you? I know what it looks like, but I'm using Celestial Jade to improve the algorithm. I'm working, I swear.
Sorry. We'll get going.
I love work. I love overtime. I love work. I love overtime. I love work. I love overtime. I love work. I love overtime.
I think she needs a hospital.
Let's leave her alone.
No, I think we should call a hospital. This calculation device is running a forge simulation. It shows that it needs 2 more hours to simulate the forge on the off route to the floating city of Cordelia.
It seems like this device is handling some important procedures. Let's leave it alone.
We can use this one. Okay. Let me see. Helmmaster's personal archive. Oh, got it! Let's go take a look. It should be here. Let's see. Yes! This is Mom's diary!
This isn't exactly a good thing, you know.
Miss Qingni, I don't think the two of us should be reading your mother's diary.
Yeah, in fact, it might make her even more upset.
It should be fine. This is from decades ago. For you travelers, that's more than half a lifespan.
No, I still think... I shouldn't read it. You stay here with Miss Qingni. I'll be waiting over there.
Oh, make me complicit.
Fine. Is it really that big of a deal? I'm sure they're just her notes on life as a pilot.
It's a diary. Mr. Yang has rules for these things.
I understand. I can tell Mr. Yang is a principled person. There are some lines he won't cross. Let's read it together. Maybe her diary holds the key to all of this.
Oh, great. Now I'm complicit. Damn it. Sai, we are going to be partners. We've known each other for so long, but when we first knew each other, racing stock gifts illegally in the city, we were rivals. Now that we're asked to work together and have each other's back, I'm really not used to it. Oh, it's going to be very long. Naturally, I am not used to having to look after someone who's lost against me, but an order's an order. I really look forward to flying with you. I don't know when we would receive a combat mission. I don't know what you think about our situation, but I think we both have considerable skill, and having to sit still and not fight enemies in the front lines is differing. These denizens of abundance often raid the border, and occasionally there are reports of them harming innocent planets. Every time, it's weird to hear the abundance actually harms planets. You think to be healing them? Oh well. Every time I hear these news, I feel an overwhelming sense of anger, but now things are different. After a while, we'll be able to show them what we're made of on our fighter jets. Honestly though, I'm pretty satisfied with my life right now. After all, just between you and me, what I really wanted was never the righteous cause of ridding demonic activities. What attracts me is just the act of flying itself. Look, flying out in the universe outside of the delves is entirely different from racing starskiffs, that we're so used to. There is nothing to anchor us in space. There's not even a distinction between up and down. Our fighter jets would be hung in space by the lonesome selves like ships sailing in the middle of the ocean. By then, there is no one else you can rely on but your own skills and your jet. Some may call this feeling lonely, but I prefer to call it freedom. To me, to fly in space is already good enough, and if I can share this sweet freedom with you, then that's even better. Sai, I don't know what to say to console you. You're always like this. No matter what terrible things happen to you, you would act strong, as if you don't need anyone to care for you, and you have terrible timing for jokes. But we have been together for over 100 years, and I think we understand each other very well. You once said that if something is unpleasant for me, it would also be uncomfortable for you. I actually feel the same way too. Right now, my heart feels like it's being gouged out with a blunt rusted knife. I can't imagine the amount of hurt and pain you're going through. It's funny, I never show Gangyan my good side. Every time you leave me alone to go on a mission with him, I feel uncomfortable, especially when I see you two flirting and getting along as if you're inseparable. I can't help but want to glare at him with disdain. But Gangyan is a good person, no matter how rude I was to him. He was always kind to me, thinking back on it now. I realize I'm just really bad at appreciating people. He's really amazing. He managed to hold off several dozen enemy ships with only 2 people. This isn't something that can be done with just courage and resolve. It also requires exceptional skills and extraordinary talent. I can imagine what it was like in his final moments, how his annoyingly handsome face must have shown such determination and focus. I guess that's why you fell in love with him in the first place. I can imagine how proud he must have felt in the moment. He must have no fear or hopelessness, only pride. So you shouldn't be sad, you should be proud of him. We all should. Sai, I have been having a lot of negative emotions recently that I cannot express to other fighters on the front line. Since you're recuperating in the rear, I'll just dump them on you. Although it seems I'm a bit slow to say such words now, it was only recently that I realized that I'm actually in the midst of a cruel war. Space combat isn't different from ground combat. Although both involve life and death in an instant, it's rare to see severed limbs and broken bodies in space, which led me to misjudge the brutality of this war. It wasn't until recently, as the situation on the front line worsened, that the bloody reality gently but indisputably presented itself before me. Someone might sit beside you for a meal today and be missing in action tomorrow. A new soldier earning praise and honor today might disappear the next. The captain I fought with today might not be found tomorrow. The ground troops that exchanged encouragement with me today might be eliminated the next. At this point, I'm worried of building personal connections with anyone here. Perhaps that person would perish, or I might perish. Or we might both perish in the day to come. I thought I have experienced enough to feel numb, but bad news kept coming in waves every single day. However, I don't regret this at all. Whenever the pain comes, the feeling that becoming a fighter pilot is the best choice I made in my life with all. If I weren't a fighter pilot, I can only endure this pain in silence, but I am one. I can fly. I can fight. I can attempt to destroy the source of my pain. Since I am a fighter pilot, I still have things that I can do. Realities that I can change. Yes, don't use the names Guanyang came up with. They're terrible. Choosing a name is a big decision the child has to bear with for a lifetime. Use my suggestion instead. It's something I picked up diligently going through several questions worth of poetry. I'm going to have to come back for a second. Here's something's going on behind me. So, I'll be back in a second. And I'm back. Sorry about that. The dogs broke into the back room and was starting to bark outside my door. Anyways, let's continue. So yeah, I have a lot to tell you. So many things. After your death, they wanted to honor me with a medal. Truthfully, I find that laughable. Based on common logic, no one would reward survivors' medals to praise them for truest survival. But no, not the Skyfaring Commission. They gave me a medal, called me a hero pilot. And the only reason for it is because of my lack to remain alive in that calamitous battle. If you had been as lucky as me, we could have gotten the medals together. After the medal ceremony, we could have gone to Autumn Valley, have a few drinks, and laugh at the absurdity of it all. It's a shame. Lucky it's not on your side. We don't have that chance anymore. I suddenly feel nostalgic. I remembered all the times we had steering our starskiffs across the lofty sky. We were so carefree. There were no threats to our lives, and we didn't have to bear the calling of the hunt. The entirety of the sky within the delve was ours. Yours and mine. Above us was the delve's flashing dome ceiling, and below us was the bustling lights of 10,000 homes. All behind us, the Realm-Keeping Commission officers who just won't stop chasing us. That was a time of insolence, and how I wish we could stay in that time forever.
What is the meaning of this? The Helm Master's daughter bringing Outworlders in to sneak around?
I got a baseball bat, and it's primed ready to hit the back of your head.
What do you have in your hands? Let me see. Madame Yukong's diary? The nerve.
She's her daughter.
How dare you read Madame Yukong's personal diary? And with her daughter, too. By the earth, you two are in for a...
I wasn't a... you bastard.
Mr. Yang Min, please, calm down. Let us explain.
I see. Qingni, I know Madame Yukong's position on you becoming a pilot is tough for you to accept, but she has her own concerns.
I understand, Mr. Yangming. But now, compared to becoming a fighter pilot, I'm more interested in knowing what my mom went through. I want to know what happened, how she went from ace pilot to helm master.
I've been here for a long time, Qingmi. If there's something you wish to know, just ask. But don't go rummaging around. That's a bad habit.
But the reason why we're doing this is because asking is impossible.
This divine object, if I remember correctly, it's the one Madame Yukong always carries with her? I heard the war that forged this object was only won thanks to the Rainbow Arbiter's blessing. If Madame Yukong still carries objects from that pilot, then perhaps she still longs for the sky.
Wait, why are we asking this guy questions?
If Mom still longs for the sky, then why does she no longer fly?
Perhaps Tsai's passing was too much for her. You shouldn't be asking me about this. Ask your mother. Miss Tsai, I remember her. She was an ace gunner. Many people wanted to be her flight partner. Her husband, Mr. Guan Yuan, was a pilot. They manned the same skiff and were the envy of many. But when it came to pilots, your mother was the best match for her. They flew together all the time. Even Mr. Guanyan couldn't match their numbers. Well, after he passed away in battle, Tsai rarely teamed up with anyone except your mother. It was tragic when Tsai died soon after. That's the life of a pilot. No one knows which flight will be their last. Tsai's death was a big blow to Madame Yukong. After the battle, she refused to turn in Tsai's possessions as per regulations. She kept them locked away, occasionally taking them out to admire.
I didn't think you know this many details, Mr. Yangming. Why do you pay so much attention to Yukong?
As her subordinate, surely I should be concerned with her mental well-being.
Nice try. You're trying to become her next lover.
If Madame Yukong is unhappy, how can I be happy? I mean to say, how can I be happy in my duties to her?
Shut up and just admit it.
Where are Miss Tsai's possessions stored? Thanks for telling us all this, Mr. Yangming.
You're welcome. I know this is important to you.
I like how she was like, show me where her stuff is being stored. Thank you. He didn't do anything yet.
I suppose you're going to go through Madame Yukong's office desk next. I can understand your position, Qingmi. I'll take my leave and pretend I didn't see anything. After all, it's an unwritten rule that subordinates should be absent when their superior's privacy is exposed. Please don't tell your mother that you saw me today.
Got it.
Thank you, Mr. Yangming. So much for the Skyfaring Commission security. Oh, let's catch you noising around here again.
You're a cheeky one. You're lucky I have a sense of humor. Hurry. Madame Yukong will be back soon.
Alright.
My mom keeps lots of stuff in her desk. Let's have a look.
Where? This desk has space to put stuff? It must be a hidden compartment. Is there some special Songshu technology?
That's the selling point of this desk. Super simplistic design with super spacious hidden compartments. Lots of office staff use this desk. There are hidden compartments on the left, right, and under the desktop. Which one should we check first? A paper kite, personal letters, and a copy of Otherworldly Delights? So Mom likes these kinds of novels? Huh, I thought she'd prefer more heroic stuff, but what we're looking for isn't here. There are hidden compartments. There's some exhibition material, not sure if it's relevant. This is the Fallen Heroes archive. Mom stored them right next to her.
Wait, so we're not going to be checking it underneath?
Every time our pilots returned from the battlefield, my mother would tell me never to forget the cost of victory. But what we're looking for isn't here. There are hidden...
Oh, okay. On the
Got
desktop.
it. This looks similar to Mom's diary. But it looks like it belonged to Miss Tsai.
Oh no. Please, no more reading. Ah. Yukong, I'm happy to exchange the chance to fight side by side with you. With the pair assignment with Sintel, I was so nervous that I didn't dare to open and check it, fearing that it wouldn't be paired up. It's not like I can't bear to be part with you, but I was worried to leave you with the others with your fiery temperament. When you actually got into the battlefield, you don't act recklessly like you do now, always charging in with hot-headedness. Before taking action, I think more about the consequences, but it's okay, I don't want to talk about this anymore, or you accusing me of nagging you like an old crone again. In any case, I need you to work. We need to work together, using our individual strengths to create our own legends in the fast sky. I look forward to fighting in the fast skies with you so much that I'm finding it hard to fall asleep. Don't cry, there's no need to be sad. My husband was the one who died, but you're crying more than I am. After so many years of fighting, you're still so emotional. I'm envious. Being a fighter pilot has always been a harrowing decision. Since we chose this path, we have to be mentally prepared. What's important is not whether we can survive by luck, but whether we can live up to the value of the pilot's life. Ganyan and his partner managed to keep an entire Bluffsman fleet at bay. They were heroes. To me, that is enough. I heard it said that the greatest happiness in life is being able to choose how you die. From this perspective, to fight for the Xiangzhou Alliance? No, for the people of the entire cosmos, to die on the battlefield after a lifetime of military services? Guanyan is probably happy. Of course, you better not have this kind of happiness. Just live another 200 years, behave, and then die of old age for me. Yukong, it's been a very long time. I'm still on the maternity leave in the rear. Everything is fine. With the stalemate happening right now, you must be very busy, but when we have a chance, please take a moment to write an exchange diary entry for me so that I can know you're still safe. And also, I have a mountain of things I want to talk to you about. Maternity leave. Okay, so it sounds like she's not Yukong's daughter? Lastly, I have decided an announcement. I have already decided a name for our child. Guanyan has talked about this before. If it's a boy, name him Dragon, but if it's a girl, name her Phoenix. But this man's literary sense is as good as the monkeys in the ever-hunt plains. No matter how much we should prioritize the wishes of my late husband, I cannot let his wants ruin my child's life. So after much pondering, I have decided to go with your suggestion and name her Queen Qingni, the colors of dawn. The Moonlit Camp opens... Yeah, so that is her daughter and not Yukong's, I guess. The Moonlit Camp's open to the Garden of Archery. Frosty banners brush the colors of dawn. How rare you made the time and effort to look through poems and allegories. I thought you only cared about fighter jets. Don't miss me too much. After taking a few months of break and settling Qingni down, I will be back in action ASAP. Qingni is so young and I need to leave her to fight a war. How should I say this? I'm such an irresponsible mother. I am well aware that the situation on the front line doesn't so good. The bulletin keeps breaking out ranks. All the media outlets are trying to control the spread of panic and fear, but the lawsuit is shrouded with a veil of uneasiness. However, I believe the Xiangzhou Alliance will win. I believe that warriors like you and me will repel the citizens of abundance to whence they come. I look forward to the fighting beside you once more. Yukong will be heading towards a cruel battlefield tomorrow, so tonight there are some things I must entrust you. This may be somewhat ominous, but there's no help for it. Who made it so that we can never trusted these things to each other before? If you live to end I didn't, please take care of Qingni like you would your own daughter. I know you will. I will entrust you with all my savings. Please use that as living expenses for Qingni. No matter what kind of person Qingni wants to become, please fully support her. Support her fully. Merchant, poet, street performer, anything except a jet fighter. Ow. Ow. So it was Qingni's real mother that didn't want her to become a jet fighter. Please allow me to make a vow with you. Do not let Qingni become a jet fighter. When we enlisted, you wrote in our diary, our fighter jets will be hung in space by the lonesome selves like ships sailing in the middle of the ocean. Some may call this feeling lonely, but I prefer to call it freedom. I really love this segment because I thought the same, but that's enough. Loneliness or freedom, we already tasted it all. Promise me, don't let that child touch the sky. Well, shit.
So, I was adopted? And this Miss Sae was my real mother?
I'm sorry you had to learn this way.
I suppose I've always had a feeling. But now I know the truth. I feel like I'm dreaming. Don't let that child touch the sky. Is this why Mom refuses to let me become a fighter pilot?
Kinda guessed this How did I guess this myself? She doesn't want to lose Shiny again.
For a pilot, the most important oath before departure is the promise to bring your comrade back. Mom didn't manage to bring her comrade back. So she vowed to prevent me from setting out. Not only am I her daughter, I'm also her final promise to Sae. I never thought my dream would put Mom in such a difficult situation. I feel a lot closer to Mom after reading this diary. Even if we're not connected by blood. I understand her a lot more now. Can you come with me one more time? I want to have a proper chat with Mom.
I should probably say no, because after everything we've done, I feel like the next thing I'm going to be doing is committing a war crime to solve your mother issues. No problem. But this is a family affair. Can we reconvince her?
It's fine. I don't need you to do anything. I just want you and Mr. Yang to stand nearby. I'll feel more confident that way.
Alright. Time to commit a war crime just to solve a mother-daughter issues.
You're all done? Did it go smoothly?
Yes, let's go commit a war crime now. You tell Welt everything that just happened.
I see. Let's find Helmmaster Yukong. We'll accompany you. We're here to help, but she and I really shouldn't interject when you're conversing with your mother.
It's okay. I understand. Just having you stand next to me is already a great help, benefactors. When Mom feels down, she usually goes to take in a view of the Jade Gate. She should still be there. Let's go find her.
He's already in front of us.
Mom?
Qingni, why are Mr. Yang and they here too?
We got roped up into a conspiracy.
Miss Qingni kindly agreed to show us around Starskiff Haven. She mentioned she was trying to mend things between you, but was feeling shy about it. We volunteered to come with her.
Welt, what happens to not interjecting?
Thank you. I must apologize for the trouble my daughter has brought you.
Mom!
All right, it's getting late. Let's talk once we're home.
Don't sound too aggressive about it.
Actually, I want to talk to you about something right now. I want to become a fighter pilot, no matter what.
We've talked about this many times. No means no.
But...
Seems like Miss Qingni is a little hesitant. Try giving her a little push.
Welt, we're not supposed to be interjecting like you said. And you are interjecting and using me as bullets.
I thought Mr. Yang said we shouldn't interject.
Exactly.
What should I say?
He's trying to load us up in a gun and shoot interjection bullets into her. Okay, What should I say?
Is that Sai's diary? How did you... I understand now. I'm sorry, Jingni. I cannot support your dream because I made a promise to someone else. I don't expect to gain your forgiveness. I just hope you can understand my reason.
Mom, what are you talking about? I'm your daughter. Our bond is bigger than forgiveness and reason. I'll listen to anything you have to say.
Just like you, I once longed for the sky. I know what it feels like to fly through infinite space, to be surrounded by the vast expanse of nothingness, with unimaginable splendors looming in the distance, to float like a single leaf in the fathomless stellar sea. Some called it loneliness, but we called it freedom. Sai was like that too. We're friends since childhood. We flew star skiffs everywhere, causing trouble until the Knights caught us and dragged us before General Jingyuan. We soon became the most elite fighter pilots of the Skyfaring Commission. It wasn't an easy life. You could even say it was a cruel one. You never knew if the friend next to you would make it back alive. Of course, the same could be said of yourself, but those are my best memories. We would strike out into the sky, repelling demons and upholding justice. The blood we shed bore witness to it all. The life of a Foxian is short and fleeting. Surely we should dedicate ourselves to such glorious aims. System space all clear today. Great weather for flying.
We're engaging the main Borisan fleet this time. Don't get too excited.
Huh? Sounds like maternity leave knocked the wind out of your sails. Feeling rusty?
Oh, shut it. I think you're just excited because you haven't flown with me for so long. Did you miss me?
Of course I missed you. The galaxy felt smaller without you in my cockpit. Say, Sai, really didn't think you'd come back. Do you really like flying star skiffs that much?
You bet. Sure, it's exhausting, dangerous, low paid. Plus, you only get back to the Luofu a few times a year.
Low paid? How are these soldiers so committed when they get paid so little?
But given the choice, I'd always pick this. I guess I already touched the sky.
The mind is mysterious. I've lived for more than 200 years. Forgotten nearly every conversation I've ever had. But I still remember us shooting the breeze that day. It's crystal clear. It was the last time I spoke to Sai. Sai? Hold on, Sai. Sai, open your eyes.
This is a cool effect. Also, oh no.
Thank you. Yukong. I've had a good life. But please, don't let Jinni walk the same path. Don't let her become a fighter pilot.
Sai, she's your daughter. You'll be able to tell her yourself, do you hear? The rescue's almost here. Stay with me. Jingni is waiting for you. She lost Guangyan. She can't afford to lose you too. Wake up, Sai. Sai. climbed out of the burning carcass of the star skiff, I looked up into a clear sky, pure and seemingly unadorned by the atmosphere that arced far above us. It was the most beautiful sky I had ever seen. But all I could feel was unbearable pain. I sunk to the ground and gazed up helplessly. In my dream, that was the day I died.
Mom, this is the first time I've heard you talk about this. But I'm not a little girl anymore. The road of a fighter pilot is a cruel one. I know that now.
Isn't it like other jobs instead of a fighter pilot? Isn't it like a Starskiff taxi service or something?
But I won't hide from it. I'm not afraid to walk the same road as her. If my sacrifice can bring happiness to the citizens of the Xianzhou, then I'm ready for it.
You are so very similar to Tsai. The more outstanding you became over the years, the more fearful I turned. I've known for a long time you were ready, but I was not. You know, the cruelty has never claimed victory. Me, Tsai, your father Guangyan, we were prepared for the worst when we enlisted. But do you know how we won that war? The war that took away Tsai and the lives of hundreds of thousands of fighters.
The Rainbow Arbiter's divine arrow.
Yes. The mighty blessing of the Rainbow Arbiter annihilated all abominations in a single strike. We had to pay with the blood of hundreds of thousands of soldiers just to halt their advance. If crushing our enemies was as easy as breathing for the Rainbow Arbiter, then what purpose did our sacrifices serve? Under the might of an eon, the sacrifices of ordinary creatures are but a joke. We are nothing. We mean nothing.
I guess that way it actually sounds very cruel. Having all these people die when one person can just take them all out.
Mom.
But I never should have allowed my fears to compel me to make decisions for another person. Even if that person is my daughter, I brazenly interfered with your choices. I am sorry. That is my failure as a mother.
Mom, you don't need to apologize. Really, you don't need to.
I'll take you to fill in the paperwork tomorrow. You'll start as ground crew, just like Tsai and I did. I believe that one day, you'll make an outstanding fighter pilot.
Huh? Really? Thank you, Mom. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Man, there's a good ending after all this.
I was afraid of you following in my footsteps. And more afraid of you taking after Tsai. But if this is your choice, then I'm willing to support you. Even if you live to regret it.
Mom, I have one last request.
Tell me.
I want to fly with you at least once.
I'm afraid I can't. I won't be flying anymore.
But why?
Because I already touched the sky.
Just fly with your daughter. Don't make this weird. And that's the character story complete. Chinyi stands beside her mother and quietly gazes at the place that fills her with so much passion. Yukong gazes quietly at the place that once filled her with such passion and cost her everything. Let's not disturb them. Alright, what do you want? You there? I have something I need your help with, beautiful. Beautiful? Pray tell, what's the pay? I like how straightforward you are. Don't worry, you'll get paid for your work. I won't dare to give you less than what you deserve when Madam Yukong likes you so much. Now, due to the unusual yin-yang phenomenon, let me read. Phenomenon brought by the abortal arbiters were vital. Many of the Helions, express side cranes, and flight starskips have had accidents, and a great number of goods were lost. They want to send their staff to retrieve these lost goods, but you know, it's not very safe out there right now. The Skyfair Commission plans to send people who are skilled at controlling side cranes, trustworthy, and have had some military training to help them. I'm not good at this. I wasn't trained. You didn't receive any military training and yet performed so well when you saved Madam Yukong's daughter. It just goes to show your outstanding talent and capacity. Come on, stop saying no. You're the one for the task. Helion Express sent over a contact person. She's waiting for you at the doors of the Skyfin Commission. Come over quickly. Don't let them wait too long. I see. Well, I'll do that another time. It's been live streaming for about 3 hours and I need a break. So that was something, huh? First, we spent some time doing the dream event. Got a new character from it, which was Asta, by the way, and now she's E6. And now we also solved another problem. Mother-daughter issue with Yukong. And the past of death and the War of Opulence. Anyways, I'm going to end it for today. Hope everyone enjoyed. Please tune in next time. See you later.